Well, this is the big new change in the bird room. This is Mango, my cockatiel, and his new friend Jolly, who is a Princess of Wales Parakeet boy. Yes, I took the great big huge aviary. It's not the biggest aviary, because this one over here is the biggest one. But this was the one that had all the finches in it. And I put the divider down the middle. I tried having these two together, but Jolly was picking on Mango, because Jolly is a little bigger than Mango is. Both of these birds have been by themselves for a long time. Jolly was at the Petco in Edmonds for like the last 8 months, and they had him at $900, which is totally insane. Then they brought him down to $700 something, which still is insane. And at one point I went in there and he was very sick, and I had to bring it to their attention that this very expensive bird that they had was very ill. Anyway, so I've been aware of Jolly at the Petco for many months. And they had him down at $590 some, 25% off. And pretty much the day that I found Sissy, my little lovebird with all that personality, dead for an unknown reason at the bottom of her cage, it was pretty much that day or the next day that I went to the Petco, and I said, I will buy that bird for $500, and they gave it. They let me have Jolly for $500, which, you know, I don't know, if I went to a breeder, you could probably get a bird like this for $400. But I have a thing about pet stores that keep birds forever, and me and my ex-husband, when I was married to him still, we got our green-winged macaw, Chani, from the same pet store. And Chani was very healthy, so I didn't really think that the bird had any health issues. I just felt sorry for it because it was isolated and in this cage for so long, all by itself. And its buddies, it had birds in cages around it. They were all cockatiels. I'm hoping eventually to take this barrier out, because I think it'd be really fun for these two to be buddies. I think that it's possible because they're both males, they're both about the same size, and they both have about the same strength in their bite. The one thing about Sissy, even though she was less than half as big as Mango, my little lovebird, is she could bite like nobody's business, and she could have taken Mango out. It would have been a bad thing. She would have inflicted serious harm on Mango. So, and I had a hard time with Sissy. I really loved her. She had more personality than, I swear, any bird I have ever had any encounter with. If you want a bird, if you want a big parrot in a little bird's body, get yourself a lovebird. I also hear parrotlets are very much the same way. They're little birds with huge personalities. So anyway, this is the way it is now. I've got these guys. They both have relatively huge cages from what they're used to. See all the space? This is all for Jolly, you know, and Mango has this side. That's all for Mango. And eventually, if I can take that barrier that's down the middle out, then they'd even have more space. To be honest, I had it out when I initially put these two birds in. I had it out, but this morning I observed Jolly chasing Mango around the cage, and I decided that was just a little too hard on Mango. So, and I can't just go buy another cockatiel, because then I'd have 2 versus 1, and that would not be good either. So that's the deal, and all the finches that were in this cage are now in the big aviary. Here they are eating. I put some apples in the cage, and here they are having a feast on apples. But yes, all the finches, pretty much all the finches are now in this cage, along with some of the canaries. I took some of the canaries out and put them elsewhere, and I took all the 4 diamond doves are now downstairs in the cage that I had for Mango, so they're kind of off by themselves, which I think might be better for them. They seem like they were pretty stressed out in this cage with all these canaries. So all the canaries, well, all the finches except for just a few are in this cage now. And I have 5 canaries over here that are in the other cage. I mean, Mango was actually in this cage, and when I first brought Jolly home, Jolly was in an identical cage downstairs. So now the 4 diamond doves are in the cage downstairs. I've got 5 canaries in this, and my parakeets are in this. And I have my Lady Gullions. I don't know if that's how you say it, but anyway, these are my new pride and joys. I love these birds, and I'm really hoping they'll breed. The pastel color one is the hen, and the darker, more vibrant bird is the male, and they are really, really cool birds. So that's it. And over here I put the 2 orange birds there's one right there. I put them in this cage up here, so there's 2 less birds in the big aviary. So there's a little bit more birds up here, but they still have tons of room. So that's the change. And up here is the little bird that I did surgery on yesterday. She had a huge cyst on the back of her neck that was comprised of just debris. I don't know how the hell it came to happen, but she's going to need to be monitored, and she's going to have wound care because I don't want that to build back up. I want her skin to heal, but she's doing very well this morning after having this. I mean, the cyst was like almost as big as her head. That's how big it was. It was really very gross, and it was just debris building up under her skin. So she's doing, I think she's feeling much better having that off of her. But this cage up here is where I keep all my special cases. My little yellow fauna, she's up there somewhere. She had gout in one of her legs from eating too much eggs. So basically all my birds are off egg at this point. And then there's one little finch up there who is in there because he gets picked on relentlessly by the other birds, so he's up there too. Oh, you can see Fauna, she's right there. This bird has had more issues than any other bird I've had since I started getting into canaries. And her latest issue is she had gout on her leg, on one leg. She doesn't anymore, but hopefully that's going to stay that way. So, okay, there's the tour of how things are now in the bird room. These guys have a lot of room now to themselves. It's kind of nice for them. So, that's all. Thanks for listening. Bye. I know that was a strange bye, but sometimes I haven't had my coffee yet. So, okay, goodbye.